Astral projection and lucid dreaming. What's the difference? Before we get into the video today, please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment if you have any questions regarding to this that I can make further videos on this topic. Lucid dreaming is you being in dream state, you being fully aware while you're in a dream, still sleeping, your body is still shut down, but you are dreaming. You're not fully awake and you're just fully aware while you are dreaming. But with astral projection, your body still being asleep, you being fully awake, being fully aware that you are awake, but your body is still asleep. Your body is shut down. Now, usually people refer to, if you see in my video here, that I went over what is sleep paralysis, because a lot of time people think that sleep paralysis is just some demonic event that takes place in someone's life. They need to get an exorcist. That's not what sleep paralysis is. Sleep paralysis is something that you go through every single night. Every single person does. From the time that you're born until you leave the body. Astral projection is when you are fully awake, but your body is still asleep. In that video of the sleep paralysis, I was going over how it's not some kind of not demonic or paranormal event. It is very normal. When you go to sleep, you are not acting out on the things that you're dreaming. And the reason why this is an important statement is the brain cannot tell what's real and what's not real. When you are asleep, the brain does not know that when you're pouring your cup of tea, or when you're kicking a ball or swinging a bat or running from some animal, that it's not actually happening physically. It thinks that it's actually happening. That's the reason why when the most intense part comes and you end up waking up, what ends up happening? You're waking up, you may be sweating, coming down from adrenaline. All these different kind of things are happening, right? Because your body is fully experiencing it. When you are watching a very seductive scene in a movie or in a show, sometimes you may get aroused. Not everyone gets aroused, but some people can get aroused. And when you get aroused, your breathing becomes a bit deeper, becomes a bit more heavy. You may start getting turned on. You may start getting wet exactly where you're sitting. And you're not going through the physical act that you're seeing in the movie or in the show, but your body is experiencing it as if you are. And that's another subject for another day when it comes to like porn and things like that. And when you're watching the actress, even though you're not physically having sex with them, your body cannot tell what's real and what's not real. It's thinking that even though you're not inside that person or that person is inside you, when you are having that kind of interaction, DNA is being transported. Biomemory and muscle memory is being transported, exchanged between the two people. When you have sex with someone or masturbate based on someone, you're having that exchange. And if it's like a porn star, for example, and just imagine all the million of people watching them, and you're exchanging with all those millions of people. That's the reason why it creates a lot of issues for people who has porn addiction, because it's not just them being addicted to porn. And there's a reason why the porn stars or actresses usually end up having drug issues or depression or anxiety or many other disorders or issues along the line as they continue in their career or as they get older. Back to astral projection and lucid dreaming. So with astral projection, it is something that everyone can do. It's not something where only a few people only can do. I will go over my experience with astral projection in the next video. I just wanted to kind of give the context as to what they are and how they're different. Lucid dreaming, you're fully aware while you're dreaming and you're able to basically do whatever you want. The only difference is you are still in your body and you're just in dream state. When you're astral projecting, you can stay in your body, you can leave your body, you can put one arm up, one arm down. You're connected to your body, but you're not in dream state. You're fully awake, fully aware and fully awake. And no matter how far you go, you can get lost. You can get trapped or get lost anywhere. Don't believe anyone. Anyone who's trying to induce fear into you, don't listen to them. Unless it's something where they're trying to say something factual. Like if I go ahead and say, the government doesn't care about you and they don't mind killing a million plus people, keep population control. That's not me trying to induce fear into you. That's just a fact. And I think it's very obvious. But when it comes to something like astral projection, just know that you can't get lost, you can't get trapped somewhere. You'll always find yourself back to your body. Anyone can do it. It is not dangerous. If you were to search up astral projection, the most thing you'll see is like fear-based things or like astral sex. Like it's not really talking about what you can really get from astral projection, and that's just what I'm looking to do in this small little series of astral projection in order for you guys to understand the logistics of it, because one person's experience of them having fear because they didn't know what was going on or they didn't know how to handle it doesn't define what something is. Like if someone goes ahead and has marijuana for the first time and they end up jumping off a building, it doesn't mean that every single person that has marijuana is going to go and jump off a building. First, you need to have access to on top of a building. Second of all, you may not be that crazy, or it may not affect you in that way where you're going to do something very irrational and not understand the danger that you're putting yourself through, right? So it's kind of like that. A lot of people kind of try to use their own experience as to define a category of something. It's only going to make people try to induce the same experience, or they'll have that experience of the other person in the back of their head. They'll try to ward off that kind of experience. By doing that, you're giving it positive existence, and it's more likely to happen to you, which happened to another person who shared about their experience. I will speak on, I guess, next video. I don't want the video to be too long about my astral projection experience. And when I first astral projected, actually I'll speak about all of my astral projection experiences as a child. When I first realized that I was astral projecting, I encountered shadow people. That one you have seen if you were to search up astral projection or shadow people. There are shadow people, and they are an extraterrestrial race. They're not just like regular people. They are extraterrestrial. They are aliens, but we're all aliens. You know, we're not just like, all of us are aliens. Those are the two differences between astral projection and lucid dreaming. Be wise and be safe. Much love.